Hi, in this video, we're going to learn to generate a question where answers must be in exact form. So let's read the questions together. So this one says, find the arc length of an arc. Go and get rid of it. That subtends to a central angle of 112 degrees in a circle of radius 21 feet. What is the arc length? And here's a preview part. That means the answers are going to be in calculated number mode. And here's the thing, answer must be exact. Next question, it's similar, but it involves slightly different coding. So I included here in this video. Angle is given. We want to find the exact value of the angle of theta 0 that is coterminal to the angle, but it must be in between 0 and 2 pi. So the key thing here is, again, its exact value. So let's see how to write those questions. First one is a title. Go ahead and write the title, and always select the correct library. Mine is writing practice. And question type this time is going to be calculated numbers, right? Not just a number. It has to be just the decimal form of the number as a if it is number. But if it is calculated number, we can do this exact number form. So here is the question part. Find the length of an arc, subtends a central angle of degree in a circle of radius r foot. That's all defined in the common control area later. And here's the answer box. The answer must be exact. And here's a little space command for HTML. And here's instruction for how to enter pi into the answer form. So that's the question mode. Let's see how to enter this one. Let's begin with the random generator. So here is the beginning of the code. D is the measure of the magnitude of the angle. R is the measure of the radius. And I'm converting that degree measure of the angle D to radian. So like I explained last time, this will change these quantity into a decimal number. So here I'm preparing the answer being R times the angle theta in there. I forgot to rewrite this one. So it is, the answer is R times the angle D in radian. So that's going to be a decimal number. But here's the thing that's new in this video is answer format. Again, you can type answer format in this writing questions help and learn more about the options, but this is sufficient for this video. Putting these no decimals. So if your students try to answer the question using a decimal number, that preview mode automatically going to detect and show that the decimals are not allowed. So I really like that feature. So that's what that's going to do. Student really have to enter the answer in the exact form using square root and pi notation and things like that. They still compare expressions in decimal format, decimal version, but they're not allowed to at least enter those into the answer box using decimals. And what I am doing in the next part is showing the answer in the short form. This answer will have more than probably 15 decimal digits, and I want to show the answer only up to 4 decimal digits because that's something I want to show an approximate version, although it's not necessary here because we asked for exact values. Now let's run this and see what you get. And here is the problem generated. And let's see what the answer looks like. And if you click on the show answer, after student tried this, this is what they're going to see. Let me make it a little bit bigger there. But you probably want to show the answer in exact form as well. Also, let's go ahead and type this one in 29 point. And as you can see in the right side, it says 29 point. As soon as it says no decimals allowed, you have to type this one in an exact form. So let's go ahead and change this one a little bit. And this one off. So what we can do here is changing this answer. This is already in a decimal mode. If you multiply this by r, that's going to be in the decimal. So we can prepare show answer in the bottom part. And that's why I have this answer short version in there. Well, actually, this is a part of it. This is still decimal answer in the 4. Let me go ahead and write down format of the show answer part. So what you want to show here is a show answer of this. Actually, I did not prepare the frac part. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me use this tablet to explain the situation. D was the angle, and we converted to a radian mode, and we're multiplying this one by the radius. If you have to write this answer nicely, you probably want to kind of simplify this number to reduced fraction and then write right next to it. And that's what we are going to do in the next part using make reduced fraction command. So this is the part d times r. These are actual integers, so it's not going to be decimal mode. And 180 is in the denominator. And if you type in this command make reduced fraction, and it'll generate the fraction with all the common factors canceled. And what we can, we can learn more about these type of thing. They're in this writing helps and under format macro. Let me go ahead and find it. Here it is. If you go to that writings questions help, and if you can find this format macros, this make pretty was very useful. And to get rid of plus and minus symbol when you're dealing with a negative coefficient and state polynomial expressions, and make reduced fractions, which is what we just did, and that was also useful. So I'll leave that to you. Go ahead and learn about more formatting command, but here is just getting reduced fractions, d times r and 180. So that's going to appear in a nice fraction form right next to pi, and that's what I'm doing it here. Show answer, and it must be in the string, and this backward prime symbol is indication of this part is not just a text string, it's going to be math mode, so you have to enter that. And then this $frac will appear numerator and denominator nicely, and this is creating a little bit of space between this fraction expression and the pi symbol, and close the math in there. So that will be sufficient, but I'm explaining a little bit further here using this normal text, which is approximately equal to this answer. I have to get rid of these from my shortcut key for this recorder, approximately equal to these decimal version we prepared up to 4 decimal places. So if you do that, and this must show the answer nicely. So we have that same problem, but this time if you click on show answer, that's going to show this fraction and a little bit of space with pi next to it, and explain this is decimal version is approximately 73.0595. I didn't pay much attention when I was first learning and doing this in MyOpenMath, but I realized what you write in the show answer greatly affected what student thinks and what they learn out of these online grading experience. So I realized it is actually worth spending time on this part and show not just the answer, a little bit of explanation or different format of the answer and stuff like that. So it's really worth it. Next question you have, the similar situation. We still want this exact value. But when you're writing these expression right there, we allow the negative number shows up, and how to handle those thing is main focus point, where we introduce this conditional command, if command. So here it is, the beginning part of the question that says let theta be this fraction times pi, but I had to prepare this expression early on, and that's the whole point of the second part of the video, and finding the coterminal angle, and we put the answer box down there. Well, I just realized that just writing in this form like this, C over V automatically puts the sign in the correct position. So I changed the plan and decided to not talk about this format part, but go back to the code and mention a couple of things and end the video. Like in this problem, rather than actually solving this problem in randomly generated angle and try to find a coterminal angle, you actually generate a problem knowing what the answer is. So you start with a problem, you actually add multiples of 2 pi to get the problem generated. So in terms of writing problems, I think that's a better idea. It makes the coding a lot easier. So whatever that process is, you generated the answer in this form. So if you type it like this, and that is going to be a decimal number, but if you put the answer format and demanding the exact answer, and if you want to skip because it's quite simple, not anything particular about the show answer command, we just directly want to answer, put the answer in exact form. It allows you to type answer, not answer one. Answer one is already turned into ans1 is already turned to decimal numbers, so you can't put that in here to state the decimal part. Here down there, you have to rewrite the entire expression in this quotation, and it's going to try to show this expression in nicer mathematical format if it is in a calculated number mode. So that's one way, but if you want to have a particular format, you want to add a couple of more sentences when you show the answer, show answer is definitely the answer to that part. Thank you for watching this video. That's it for this one.